In today's Growing, Eating, and Educating, Farm Director Andrea Bushre takes us to a farm in Reed City to see how they care for their hens during the cold winter months.
Hey guys, welcome back to Growing, Eating, and Educating. Here we are at Apsey Farm. We're talking about all things laying hens. We were actually here last spring talking about what it looks like to raise laying hens in the spring. And now we're back in the winter to figure out what that kind of looks like in northern Michigan. We're joined here by Kyle Apsey of Apsey Farm. And Kyle, just kind of tell us a little bit about what we're doing here.
So here in Michigan, as you know, we don't have the best weather, you could say, to raise animals on pasture like we'd like to year-round. So we don't raise broilers year-round, but we do have our layer chickens here surrounding us and trying to get their lunch. And we keep them inside one of our hoop houses, which normally we use for our broiler chickens, but we retrofit it, as you can see, fairly inexpensively to help extend the sunlight for them and keep them a little bit warmer and protected, so we can still produce eggs for our customers year-round. We'll come in here to lay their eggs. I think we showed the next boxes before. Once we move them out in the spring, when the snow finally goes away and the pastures are able to withstand the animal impact, and so they're not beating them all up, we'll come in and we'll plant this either with a cover crop mix or into an extended garden.
What happens in the winter when we don't have natural sunlight? Do the eggs keep producing naturally, or is that when the artificial light really comes into play there?
Chickens, they're on a circadian rhythm cycle for their egg production. So you'll notice that start a sharp decline once the go into late fall, early winter. And then this just will help stimulate it just a little bit more. You're still not going to get the production you would during the summer months, especially when they're outside in pasture. And then another thing we do to help increase it is we do allow outdoor access.
The other thing we want to talk about is your feed situation here. You guys are doing a little bit different feed situation with your hens this year.
A customer of ours turned us on to the idea of fermenting our feed a little bit. First of all, expands, so you're getting now 2 to 3 times the volume. But more importantly, makes it more digestible. They really do love it. So far, it's been a really great trial for our layers. And we like to expand this to our broiler chickens this year.
So thanks for having us out here and telling us all about your egg operation. I think we're going to be coming out next week and talking about your cattle operation and what that looks like in the winter. So thanks for having us out here.
Well, thanks so much for coming out. It's a pleasure having you, and we're looking forward to having you next week. And see how the cattle experience their life on pasture in the wintertime.
So stay tuned with us next week, and we'll talk a little bit more with Apsey Farm.